Hey guys, Vinicius here, and for today we're gonna learn how to build an AI agent in Gmail that can answer all your customer support questions, the questions that you receive from your clients, okay? So first thing that I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna send an email so you can check how the process happened, okay? So here we have an email asking for a quotation of law industry. So we are talking about law industry here, and let's send a code here asking for this code and check the answer from our AI agents. So here I have this email that I just sent. Let me show you here that the email will appear in our Gmail here, and from there the process will start. You're gonna receive this email here. Let me just update it here, refresh, and will answer receiving the information that I inserted in n8n. So look, here is the email that I received. Hey, hi, I just moved into the neighborhood and I'm looking for someone to take care of my lawn. How much do you guys charge for a standard monthly service? Thank you. And here you can see that I already received the answer. Look, automatically. Hello, thank you for reaching out to CommonGrounds Landscape and welcome to the neighborhood. We are delighted to hear you considering our services for your new home. And here we have some other information. So we're gonna create this process step by step. You can see that it was like less than a minute. We received the answer of that specific email. So with the right answer, right? Because here we are asking about information for someone to take care of my lawn. And here we are thinking about a company that take care landscape and other issues related to landscape and laws, okay? So let's start here from scratch. So this is the process that we're gonna create right now. And before we start the process here, I just wanna ask you guys to like, comment, and please subscribe in our channel so we can know that you guys are enjoying, and we're gonna have more videos coming up soon, okay? So let's start here this new workflow. I'm gonna hit the positive icon to start this workflow. I'm gonna create on my personal. And since we are talking about Gmail, guys, I have to create a Gmail trigger that will start the whole process, right? So I'm gonna click here on the positive icon, put Gmail, and look for the trigger on message received. Okay. Here, guys, we have a few things to do. First, we need to make sure that the credential must be the right one. So here, I'm gonna use this email account here. Look, supplyaiautomation@gmail.com. So I will use the same here, the credential, because here we are imagining that this email would be my customer support email. Okay. The other thing that we need to do here, we just need to disable the simplify so we can have more information about it and see everything. So for start the process again, I will send a new email. All right. So let me just open here. And I'm gonna send to this email, and the email that I will send right now is this one. I'm interested in your services, but I'm worried about the noise since I work from home. Also, do you install smart sensors? So let's say here noise in the job and smart sensors. Oh, and more info. Let's leave like this. Okay. So this is the process that we started the workflow again. So let me just go back here, and first, before I test this step, I want to show you guys the documents that I will be using for the prompt of the system message of the AI agents. Okay, let me open here, and is this one, guys. Let me show you here. We have a company called CommonGrounds Landscape, and here we are working for the prompt that I'm gonna do is for the service coordinator role in this company. So here we are mentioned that the person, like the AI agency in this case, must be the service coordinator for CommonGrounds Landscapes. Here we're gonna use the channel, it's Gmail, and more information about it. For instance, here we have some company context, like what this company does. It's manage the common grounds of neighborhoods, park, entrance trails, and provide high-end private residential landscape. Our service model, price and logistics, you can see here that the pricing starting at $150 a month, and so on and so forth. We have a few informations. It's not that big, but I'm not going to be reading here, so we not we will not waste time. Okay, but I will leave you guys here on the description and you can download this information. So guys, after this explanation, I will click here to execute this step, and this step should bring us this email that I just sent you, that I just sent for the supply automation account. Look, I'm interested in your services, but I'm worried about the noise. I'm working from home. Also install smart sensors. Awesome. So this is the email that will trigger our process. And the next step, guys, will be the if node. This if here. So look for if and insert. Why I'm gonna be adding this node? Because I don't want our AI agents to be answering itself all the time. So we are telling the workflow that is built right now is telling that every time that the Gmail account receive an email, the process will be started, right? But I don't want that the same email that will be used to answer my customers, that this email trigger the whole process again. So I need to make sure that the process will just continue. You just go to the next steps to the AI agents to send the email. If that email that was received was not coming from our supply AI automation at gmail.com. Why? Because this is the email that will be answering customer support questions. So I'm gonna be adding here in value 1 the email, the from that I have in Gmail account. So let's go further below here, and here we have from, look, and we have this address, right? So I'm gonna be picking this address and leave like this, and in this field I'm gonna choose is not equal to. So I'm gonna hit string is not equal to. Why? Because I don't want that the process starts, that the process continues, if the email is the same email that needs to answer our customer support, okay? Our customers in this case. So let me just copy here this email account. I'm gonna copy here and paste. So let me execute step, and you're gonna see that we're gonna have two branches, one of true and false. In this case, just gonna have one item in the true branch. Look, true branch here, one item, and false branch, nothing. This happens because this email is not the same as supply AI automation. This email is another email that I was showing you. Sorry. Here, look, I have this email here from. It's not the same. Look, Vinicius de Castro Coutinho. Okay. So in this case, I'm gonna close this step and let's do the next one. So here, the process, just remember, the process will continue only if that email is not coming from my customer support email. Okay. After that, guys, we can add our AI agents nodes. So I'm gonna be here. So AI agents. I'm gonna change the source for prompts because I don't have a chat here. I'm just gonna hit define below, and the prompts that I will be using here to create that message, that answering, I'm gonna be using the text that I have in the Gmail account. Look, let me find here, text. I'm interested in your services, but I'm worried about the noise since I work from home. Okay, so here is the prompt that is gonna be used to create. Like for instance, when you are on ChatGPT and you ask, hey, can you draft an email for me that I can send to my boss about the financial of the company? So in this case, what you are inserting there in ChatGPT is the prompt. Then this here will be used to create an answer. So I'm gonna be using this email and a system message to create an answer for our customer. Okay, so here you have this add option. You're gonna click this option and hit system message. You see here that by default the n8n tells us that you are a helpful assistant. So I'm gonna erase this, remove this, and paste the same document that I was showing you right now. I'm gonna be copying that CommonGrounds landscape, all that information that I showed to you in that Google Docs, and paste here. Make sure that you use expression in this case. Okay, so here we have the same information that I was showing to you. So this alongside the prompt, so here you're gonna have this information, right? This information here, number one, and here you're gonna have another information, number 2. So this information, the text from the email alongside the system message will be used to create our email, the email that will be answered that customer, right? So the next thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna click here on chat model. And guys, for chat model, you're gonna have a bunch of your options: ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, Grok, and so on and so forth. For this case, I'm gonna be using Google Gemini because it's free and it's easier to implement. But you can use ChatGPT or other one. The only thing with ChatGPT is that you need to add some credits to use that model. Okay. So here, guys, I'm gonna create a new credential just to show you. I'm gonna create a new credential here. So let me just go back here. I'm gonna create chat model here. I'm gonna click in this arrow here, like we just saw before. Create new credential, and here they're gonna request for you an API key, and you can create an API key with Gemini for free. You just need to enter in this HTTP here, aistudio.google.com, and I'm gonna be leaving here in the description for you as well. After you enter in this site, you need to click here at the bottom, get API key, and you're gonna create an API key. If you have a Gmail account, guys, it's really easy to make your login, to create your login, not create, but connect your Gmail account with AI Studio. So after you hit the create a new key button, I'm gonna name this n8n. I'm gonna use a default and create a key. Great, this will give to us a key. So I'm gonna copy this key here and leave to my n8n. So let's copy and paste here, and I'm gonna change this account here. So accounts for YouTube, just to have some difference. Okay, gonna save here. Great, you can see that it worked. It's green, so we are fine here. Awesome. So here we already have our AI agents and the model that goes alongside with it. Right now, guys, we just need to do one more thing with our AI agent. We need to add a simple memory. So I'm gonna hit this positive icon here and look for simple memory. And this must be used just to make sure that our AI agents will not forget information about our clients, like his name, the service that the person wants, and so on and so forth. So I'm just gonna use a simple memory here because it will not be like a really huge thread in Gmail. It's just gonna be like 2 or 3 back and forth of text, of emails. And that's why I'm going to use just a simple memory, just to make sure our AI agents will not forget information like its name, the name of the client, and other info. So I'm going to use session ID. I'm going to change for defined below. And key here, I'm going to be using this thread ID here that you can see in the left. So I'm going to be using here in key, leave the context window length as 5, because this is the number of interactions that the AI agents will have with our clients. Since it will not be like a huge conversation, I'm just gonna leave as 5. Okay, so if we execute this step here, guys, let's look here. Let's see. It's creating our answer, and after that, it's just gonna be missing one step, the step of answering the email. So if you click AI agents, look here, already created. Thank you for reaching out to CommonGrounds Landscape. We understand the importance of peaceful home environment, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So here we have the text that was created by our AI agents. And now let's finish our automation. Then we're gonna add a new step here, which is Gmail. And we have interesting action here. Let me look here, thread actions. Here we have the reply to a message. This one has to be the one within the thread action section, okay? So this one here, reply to a message. You need to make sure that you use the same credential that you used in the first step. So I'm gonna be using supply Gmail, which is the credential that I use. Resource and operation, you're not gonna change anything. And in thread ID, guys, you need to bring the same information that we used in that in that memory thing. So here in thread ID, you're gonna be bring this here, okay? Because you don't want that our chatbot answer in another thread or start a new thread. So for this case, we're gonna use the thread ID here. Okay, you can see that is green already. And message snippets is use expression, and I'm gonna be bring here the ID as well. You can see that the ID and the thread ID in this case are the same code. Awesome. So email type you can leave like text because we don't want like bolding, formatting, and other things. But if you want to do some formatting, please make sure that you use HTML here. In this case, I'm gonna leave text and message. The last thing that we're gonna do here is put here the output of the AI agent, because we want that the message that the AI agent created, we want to answer our Gmail. And that's it. If I click execute step, the email is sent. You can see here. Let me just show you. Let me open here so you can take a look. Look, this is the email that I already received. Noise in the job and more info. Thank you for reaching out to CommonGrounds Landscape. We understand the importance of peaceful home environment and so on and so forth. You can see here that he always will finish with this greeting here, like the CommonGrounds service team. This is something that I inserted in the system message in n8n. Okay, so let's just publish here and do some more tests. I'm gonna click here on publish. I'm gonna put like version 1 and publish this. And let's do some testing here, guys. So I already sent a message. Let's send another email here. I'm gonna be using this one that I used before. Hey, I just moved it into the neighborhood and I look for someone to take care of my lawn. Law care coach. Yes, like this. Let's send this. And after a while, our message will be answered here. Let me just show you the message that I already received here. Let's do some refresh. In the customer support email, it's gonna have more here. Look, law care code 0 minutes ago. Awesome. So this one will trigger the whole process that needs to be answered in this Gmail. Okay, so you can see, guys, that is not something that is really hard, but it's really useful. Look, I already received it. If I click here, hello, welcome to the neighborhood. We are delighted to consider CommonGrounds Landscape for your property care. He even mentioned here that the service starts at $150 per month, and this information I already have in your n8n. Okay, so for the last test, I'm gonna ask you for some discount. Let's see what our AI agent will answer. So let's say that my mom is a bit tight and I need some 25% discount. Discount, the subject of this email, I'm gonna be sent for the same Gmail account. And after a while, I need to receive here some information. Just to point out, guys, that in this case, I don't have any information in that prompt, in that system message that I created about discount. So in this case, the AI should not be the one saying, hey, okay, you can have the discount. The information that the AI agent needs to answer for the customer, in this case, needs to be like something, you need to talk with other person besides me, in this case. Okay, so let me just refresh here. We still not did not receive, but we received here the discount. So in a while, we're gonna be receiving this answer here within the Gmail. Look, let's see the AI agent's answer. And here, guys, you can see that the AI agent thanks for reaching out, but he is not able. Look, we are unable to offer a 25% of discount. See? So, guys, this was just a small example with a document in Google Docs with 2 pages. But imagine if you have more information in that doc. Okay, but just be careful about the amount of pages of text that you're gonna have in this document, because you're gonna be using tokens, and this, if you are using too much, can be more expensive And for this case, I use the Gemini because I'm not gonna be using too many tokens. But you need to be careful if you're gonna insert more text, more information in your AI agent, okay? And if you want to learn more about n8n use Gmail, please take a look in that video that you can see somewhere here in the screen. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye.